consistent YCS competitors from the UK. You'll see him in the top cut of almost every event. So it's promising to be a good match.
Exactly, yeah. So let's jump straight into it.
Okay, so players have thrown out their hands. We're going to send a message to the judges to start the game. Jake Quincy chooses to start the game off.
Which is quite interesting. It's chosen, which is would Blue Eyes normally like to go second?
Well, interesting to note that Jake actually doesn't play any hand traps and Omar does. So
Omar has opened, interesting. So with an alternative, a White Stoner Legend, a Return the Dragon's Vanity's Emptiness, and a Pot of Desires.
Interesting thing to note, both of these players maining 3 Pot of Desires each.
Jake has opened up with 2 Vanilla Blue Eyes, and an alternate Blue Eyes, a trade-in, and also a Pot of Desires. So
it's good. It says draw 2 cards. Like, it's Pot of Greed, man.
But he also gets to draw more because he has the other Blue Eyes and the trade-in. So here we go. That'd be sick if it was 10.
It's 11, I think, was it? Unless I counted wrong.
Fine.
Okay. That was sick, though.
Yeah. So he also drew his vanities. Both have vanities.
Oh my goodness. Someone's in the chat. He's basically playing a 0-card deck.
Yeah, basically. So he also. Wow, this is amazing.
So Jake's basically going for second
Jake
now.
not only has the play for the because he has the Silver Cry as well. He can bring it back, go into a rank.
He has a Dark Matter turn 1,
which is just huge.
And Dark Matter is fairly strong in the mirror match because there's no cards you actually want to lose as a Blue Eyes player. So Dark Matter wouldn't be bad here. He can also make Spirit Dragon, which is the play he's going to go for.
He has the Sage.
So Sage comes out.
This is huge.
Sage's effect is activated, of course. Searching him a level 1.
Hopefully going to get him a Baylor, I would imagine.
More than likely. Just need to straighten out my sitting.
So Omar doesn't actually have a response, but he's making him think that I think this is mind games a bit here. He's making him think.
No, I think Jake's thinking. I think it's a situation where Jake's thinking. Because otherwise Jake wouldn't have picked up the deck. He's not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't jump ahead in things.
Pokemon 133. The Brotherhood Open is basically a annual tournament that my locals runs with my TO, me and him. Well, he does, but I help obviously a lot of organisation. So that's basically what it is. So it's to help. Just another big event that we try to do.
Yeah,
for the UK.
it's growing into kind of a high prize fund, kind of regular event.
Yeah.
It's quite respected around the country. We have a very small scene, so we don't have a huge turnout by US standards, but this is really big for a UK standard.
So Jake has gone into Synchro Play, gone into the Spirit Dragon.
He added the White Stone of Legends, or Ancients, sorry, off of
okay, I didn't see that.
Off of the Sage as well.
So, but he is playing Effect Veiler, so that's quite interesting. Maybe he just thinks it's not worth it for.
He is playing the. Is he playing the 1 Effect Veiler? 2 Veiler, sorry. 2.
So maybe he's drawn 1. I don't know, but. Quite difficult to I personally would have gone for Effect Veiler, but I just like having Effect Veiler in my hands no matter what. Even if it's considered dead, I can still bait something out. So the Melody of the Awakening Dragon comes out, getting rid of the alternate dragon.
But it's important to recognise here that Jake's in a ridiculously good position because he has vanities.
So what Jake needs to do now is, because the alternate dragon doesn't start a chain, he needs to flip the vanities in this open window if he feels like he needs to do it. However, he does have Spirit that can dodge and stay there. So there's quite a few things, but I think he may or may not do it. He's definitely thinking about it.
I mean, he could go activate Chainlink 1.
Chainlink 1, Vanities, Chainlink 2.
Yeah. Oh no, is he just going to go for the Silver Scry here?
I guess he's just going to go for Silver Scry.
And then the next chain, he can go activate Spirit. Well, Emptiness, chain Spirit. Spirit bounces out for the Azure. Or, because Azure is the most secure monster, because it means he can't be destroyed if he has, Rogeki or something, to try and force the vanities off.
It would have made sense to jump with the Spirit.
But we don't know what his play is yet. We don't know if he has...
I think he just pointed at it.
Yeah.
Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, maybe.
I don't know, I thought he just passed priority back to his opponent.
Maybe, yeah. So Omar is in no way out of it because of
Desires is played.
Second Desires.
I'm going to see Omar can draw into Twin Twister. He can draw into... No, that's it. That's the only spell out he has here. Twin Twister.
Twin Twister is his out.
That's his only out.
It's his only out,
in the entire deck. He doesn't play monster removal. All of his normal summons are too small or don't destroy back rows. It has to be Twin Twister. Or Phoenix, but I meant within this turn, sorry.
Phoenix is a good one. It will hold him off as well, because it will mean that I guess it won't actually, because he will need to get rid of the vanities, but then he doesn't have anything to protect himself with. So it is a bit of a difficult one. He does set the monster, and now he's going to set 2 live cards, definitely, but the vanities won't help him in this situation.
Dog with shades on. We've had a YCS at MCM for the past 2 years, but this year we're going to be having the YCS in Liverpool rather than in London.
Yeah. Jake draws the Solemn Scolding, I think that was.
Oh. Does he play the Scolding?
No,
he plays Strike.
Just a Strike, sorry, just a Strike.
I know Jake has played Scolding in the past.
Yeah.
He's an advocate of it.
So there's no reason not to just try and apply pressure here. So Spirit is going to go search out the blue eyes, and then obviously you can take 3 cards.
The White Stone is a compulsory effect. Would you like me to go remind them?
I think they probably will search out now. They're already doing it. Oh, he's negating with Spirit. He's chosen to negate with Spirit.
I didn't see the indication in the hands. So.
I think it was when you got up, we did it.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
We're only human, guys.
I just wanted to be certain on that.
So here we go. The very nice DT Phoenix, by the way, Phoenix from Moonblast, gets rid of that Vanity's Emptiness and puts it on the top of the deck. So we know that the Vanity's Emptiness is going to be drawn next turn, unless there is some form of searching involved. But considering Jake's field, there isn't, especially with his hands well, because he only has the strike down, and the strike is going to be big though, because. There are a couple of interesting things. He's just going to instantly strike that.
Yeah.
Because you would.
You have to.
There's no reason you would.
It's too important. Like, it really is. Like, it's such alternative is crazy.
That's the extension of plays you can make with it.
Yeah, Wind Blast being played, folks.
Yeah. Well, we saw that in the Worlds, didn't we?
Worlds, we did. I believe was it the World Champion who played it?
Yes.
There
So we see Return of the Dragon Lords coming out. Such an amazing card. That will get him a blue eyes. That's, I guess, it's quite difficult to say what he can do here, because as soon as he goes to try and attack, he's just going to tag out and go to Azor Eyes in defense mode.
Yep.
He does have his own vanities though.
Jake is in an incredibly strong position here. Like, so many mirror matches are dictated by certain kind of strength plays and soft locks, and this is one of those kind of strength plays where you're just in such a horrible position.
Yeah, it is a difficult position to be in. Because he has, I couldn't see what the other spell was in his hand, but he has another vanilla blue eyes. So. Oh, it's Melody. So he's possibly protecting some future plays.
Although he's used alternative for the turn. He can't do it again.
But he's protecting future plays, maybe.
Yeah.
Because the benefit of it is that you're getting the vanilla out, so you don't dead draw it. So you might as well do it now.
Alright, let's see what happens here. That's an old life point total. So he's going to activate the Spirit here, I believe.
Yeah, and he's going to chain the Vanity, so he loses a card.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate.
And really interesting, he can now protect that blue eyes with the Return of the Dragon Lords.
So he can crash into it
Jake,
and vanish.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is amazing, because he keeps the Vanities, and now it's been turned on its head. Because Jake has an alternate blue eyes.
Let's have a look at Jake's outs, if I may.
So Jake obviously draws the Vanities. So Jake's in a lot of trouble now. So he sets the Ancients.
Jake doesn't actually play any spell outs. He doesn't play Twin Twister.
Wow.
He doesn't play any Destruction.
So Ancients goes to the graveyard.
So there is a very high chance that this could be it for Jake, unless Omar turns his off.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could monologue on this one as much as I did in the previous kind of match, but this is a bit simpler. The interactions are a bit.
It's a very simple interaction. It's basically you need something to out the Vanities, and the Vanities is just really hurting. But the Dragon Lord's spell is just so good.
Yeah, Return of the Dragon Lords is absolutely ridiculous, but like Omar's in a
absolutely no idea what he just said. Absolutely no
I didn't see
idea.
it. I think it may have been a Max C, but I didn't see.
So yeah, there's no reason not to just keep. And that's 2 ancients.
You just keep pushing.
There's 2 ancients. He's
Like
lost.
Jake has an alternative and a blue eyes, and he just has to keep setting his way out of this if he drew a monster.
He can recycle the blue eyes in his hands if he draws into like a trading or something.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the problem is.
It doesn't.
Search up.
The thing is, it doesn't get Jake anywhere because his hand.
He might just have a look now, just see if there's anything. Which having a look, it isn't.
No, it isn't. Like I've just gone through his deck list. There are no. He has no outs. He might pick up now because look, he's looking for it. But Jake's the kind of player who will wait for you to make the misplay.
Yeah.
He understands that a lot of UK players will inherently make mistakes. These things happen.
It seems that Omar is quite comfortable in the fact that I would just stick with this 3000 beta.
Yeah.
It is 2016 and we have blue eyes on the midfield.
Yeah, and Jake has a sequence of blue eyes, alternative in his hand.
So you can't do anything there. He has 1 more turn. Oh no, he has 2 more turns.
Yeah, he's on 6,500, so he can take a couple more hits. So Vanities is hurtful. Just
Vanities
hurtful.
is absolutely devastating here.
So there you go. There's not really I can't really talk now because it's just like
And he draws the return. Sorry, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so he picks up. That makes complete sense.
There's no reason not to.
Jake is never going to get out of that.
Not to.
So, side decks for the mirror match. Omar is siding an extra Twin Twister, 3 Mask of Restrict, 2 System Down, 3 Swords of Concealing Light, 2 Gam CL, 2 Typhoon, and 2 Magical Spring, whereas Jake is siding 3 Mask of Restrict, 3 System Down, 3 Twin Twister, 1 Breakthrough Skill, 2 Ally of Justice Cycle Reader, 2 Gam CL, and 1 Raigeki. So from Jake, we're more than likely going to see possibly the Allies, the Gam CL. That's maybe going to be about it. Maybe if he's feeling a bit worried, we'll see a Raigeki or Twins. Yeah. But I wouldn't really put in the Twin Twister. But at Worlds, they talked about it quite accurately and said that people keep putting Twin Twister when they're really reluctant to do so. But it's still a really important card in the matchup. However, from Omar, we're more than likely going to see his Twin Twisters come out as he wants to move into things that are more consistent in stopping the matchup. Swords of Concealing Light, very important in the matchup.
Swords of Concealing Light is amazing.
So the 3 swords are definitely going to be coming in. We'll possibly see the Gam CLs to deal with Spirit, especially because Spirit gave him so much trouble in the last game.
It gave him a hell of a lot.
Potential until he was able to overcome it with
the Dragon Lords and the Vanities.
And the Dragon Lords and the Vanities, which is a very, very good play. Otherwise, we've got 2 Typhoons and 2 Magical Spring. Unlikely we're going to see either of those cards come in. So more than likely it's going to be the Swords and the Gam CL, if anything at all.
Yep. Brilliant. So let's have a look at the chat.
Let's
see how everyone is doing.
I mean, people have been talking about the side deck plays a little bit, like siding the Gam CL, Ally of Justice being used in 2016.
It's really nice to see some of these old cards being used, you know. I'm a sucker for it because obviously I remember all these cards as what I used to be. And we're also 150 viewers.
Oh, fantastic. Welcome, everyone.
Can we push for that 200? That would be amazing. I think the Rimini stream currently has about 450.
Oh, Voltsy.
But, you know.
Yeah.
You don't get us
like
the Rimini stream.
Yeah, and, you know, we're not an endorsed company.
No, we're not. So we have more fun. You know, we have different music on.
Yeah.
I picked some music to hype people up, you know. I actually need to change that currently because I don't want it playing the same stuff over and over again.
There are actually more highly competitive UK players here than there are at Rimini right now.
The UK ones, yeah.
Yeah, like the UK circuit players that you'd see there, almost all of our UK circuit players that are known well are actually Brotherhood members or are Jake.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Pretty much.
So, I don't know where Finn is, but Finn was a bit of a wild card top. Like, not to discredit him.
No, not at all. I think he did very, very well.
Yeah, incredibly well.
So I'll definitely try and get Jake for an interview.
Yeah, definitely.
In fact, I'll get the winner for an interview.
Yeah, I mean, Jake in particular is a very intelligent player. Like, I've seen him in his deck profiles. He will be very...
Jake is definitely a pleasure to watch. Omar, I don't know much about, but he seems very composed. Seems like a very composed duelist. So it's really nice to see. So they are just shuffling up now, so we'll shoot on back over. So we've got... I didn't even start the timer.
Yeah, it's important to notice how good Jake is with his hands and how much he plays this game. He plays poker in his spare time quite a lot as well. So literally the majority of his life is card games. So seeing the way he handles cards, like you can tell this is a man, like with that shuffle, you can tell this is a man who plays card games all the time.
I can't do that.
No, not at all.
I just do the usual stack and pile and the usual stuff. So
the usual stack, yeah?
Yeah. I don't stack. So nice show of respect there to
He's a very respectful player. And
both of them are brilliant. Just seem like brilliant players.
Right.
It seems really nice. So Jake.
Opening consonants, return, vanilla blue eyes, spirit, and one unknown. I can't tell what the final card is.
We will be getting that through very first.
Yeah,
Jake has chosen to go first again. So Omar in his hand is a Garma seal. He has the blue eyes, he has the return, he has alternate, and also has a twin twister. Whereas Jake has the consonants, another also return the dragon, also blue eyes, a spirit, and also white stone.
White stone of ancients. That was the card we couldn't see.
So, which is brilliant.
Jake
That's
starts us
an amazing
off.
Start, and he draws a soul charge, and slightly annoying. He does draw into the white stone.
That's absolutely fine. It's a tuner, man.
Because he does indeed, but he has no way to get a big blue eyes up because he has a spirit and a normal blue eyes. So
I mean,
in the end phase, he'll be able to summon something. But at that point, you just summon a vanilla blue eyes for sure.
Completely so.
There's no point wasting the spirit.
I mean, Jake has to know here that his potential for being OTK'd is quite low.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, guys. 195 viewers. Share this with your friends. Get us up to the big 200.
That'd be amazing.
This is the first Brotherhood stream, isn't it?
And he has
The
forgotten.
first live.
Oh.
No, he's going in.
I think he very nearly did. But I would expect Jake not to. Not to forget, because that guy just remembers everything. So he's considering it, but I think it's the normal play to summon the blue eyes out. The blue eyes just makes sense.
He gave some consideration to spirit though, and I understand that because it gives him more cards in the graveyard for soul charge.
It does, and he has a normal blue eyes in hand.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because he can also
tribute it off. So that is the possible of the play, but I still think the original blue eyes is better. So I'm unsure what that is.
It removes it from deck as well. That card.
Well, that is he drew into the alternate.
You can't hate that.
He also has a Garma seal.
He's in such a strong position.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Wow. So he's just going to crash. Which Jake just looks a little confused at. And he's going to return it back.
Okay. So the white stone is destroyed and triggers.
Gets him that vanilla blue eyes. I believe that is the last one in his deck now.
It is, because there's one in grave and another one in hand.
So he does have soul charge though.
Yeah.
So he could wall up nicely. So Jake is in no way out.
It's not even walling up either. It's like it's really quite a strong
quite
play.
a strong positional play, yeah. So he's already attacked, and he now basically just says, cool, pass turn.
Draws that cycle reader.
Cycle reader is amazing. Like, that's really nice.
Of course you know cycle reader, don't you?
I do remember it just.
It's DD Crow for 2 lights.
Yes. Which is just brutal.
Yes, it is.
What would be more insane is if Omar had the cycle reader when Jake went to play Soul Charge.
Don't you have to talk that dirty talk on the stream. There are kids watching. Like, 194 guys, we've dropped. What are you doing?
Oh my god. So here's the Soul Charge coming down. There is no response going to be.
Get your friends in here, your mum, your dad, your siblings, anyone. If you're at work, get up on the wallboards.
Wallboards?
Wallboards are like your big wallboard. They're the wallboards you get your stats on.
Were you just going to say the wallboards are like big wallboards? I'm like, don't answer the description with a description.
A wallboard is like, you don't work in a phone company.
No, I don't actually. I don't. I work in visual effects.
Yeah, you do VFX.
So Jake has paid 3,000 life points to bring back the white stone, the ancients, and also the blue eyes. So he does have a nice little vanilla play.
Upsettingly though, he's not in a good enough position to remove that alternative.
Nope. Which he is realising.
Yeah. So it's...
He could crash with the blue eyes and then bring it back. And then he can make a synchro play. Or he can just make a synchro play and do the exact same thing. It doesn't really matter. Azure Eyes protects it from battle, right?
Azure Eyes protects it... No, it protects it from card effects and targeting effects.
So he's going into 11-9.
He's looking at the interactions of Spirit with the other cards.
Yeah.
But, like, Spirit Dragon is the first port of call. He now has a return in his hand he can also use.
Someone says they want to see Jamie and Jamie and me on a map. I don't know, that's a bit weird.
Oh, yeah, you better look forward to this, where I'm getting that exclusive tour guide mat. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Tour guide, Rabbit, Construct, Megalo.
Amazing.
It's like my greatest decks from every year.
So now he's decided to play down the return.
Yes.
Makes sense, bring back that Blue Eyes. And then he can just remove the alternate dragon, which would actually be...
He still can't attack. He can't remove the alternate dragon. So there's a problem.
Of course, because there's a soul charge.
There is a soul charge.
So
yeah.
you might as well wall up. At this point, you're walling up.
I mean, here you just possibly make the second spirit dragon, so that whichever one the alternate tries to destroy, you just tag it out and you don't care.
Yep.
Like,
he's looking at Zora.
Does he play multiple spirit dragons? He does.
Yeah, of course.
I was about to say, like, I didn't see the second one. I basically didn't see the second one. I was like, oh, okay.
That's an interesting play. So why do you think you were going to the second one?
It would. I would be leaning towards the contention of, the conservation of the second spirit dragon for later on.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It is definitely a bit.
Why is someone called
AlintheaYoh? Come on now.
So mean.
So the Azor Eyes on the spirit. I guess he just doesn't want to just rush out the gate with them. Maybe.
I mean, it's such an important resource. You don't want to use them all because they're so varied, especially with the tribute effect.
Yeah.
And even though you're like, oh, it's bad to like cycle a 9 into like an 8 or a 7. That 9 was so free. Like all.
Yeah.
You don't care that those numbers were so high. It may as well just be 2 level 4s. Like it really. That could have been awful. One of our monitors just blacked out, and it was like, oh.
It's fine. It's fine. So good. My heart literally.
Hello, Gamciel.
Well,
he passed play. The Gamciel just goes. Pfft.
This is why the Spirit Dragon was probably a better play.
Yep.
I understand conserving.
He then destroyed it with the alternative. Yeah. Summons the other alternative.
I understand trying to make conservative plays and protect the future, but it's difficult.
This is about to become.
He can keep this Azor Eyes alive for a little bit because he also does have the Return of the Dragon Lords in the grave. So Jake isn't out, of course.
He can also, however, make Dark Matter Dragon attack twice.
Or Doesn't Matter Dragon, as I like to call it, when I got absolutely destroyed by the Boundless.
Yeah, you did. You went in on that deck.
It was like one of my favourite decks because it was Heretics, and then it got battered.
Yeah, and it played Dragon Ruler, so it was also inherently.
But we also might see Galaxy Cypher Dragon.
Oh, will we see the first appearance of Cypher Dragon? Remember that the judges have ruled for this event. I thought this was common sense anyway, that Cypher Dragon can only overlay an Xyz over another Xyz monster.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be like,
yeah, makes sense.
Standard knowledge anyway. So Cypher Dragon comes down.
Amazing. Would you like to pull up that effect just so we can double check it? But Cypher Dragon has. We just want to see what Cypher Dragon obviously steals it, doesn't it? So
yes.
But Dark Matter Dragon comes out. So an Ancients goes to the graveyard. A Spirit goes to the graveyard.
This is huge. Okay, my internet connection doesn't appear to be working very well.
What a shame. That's fine. And also, Ancients goes to. Whitestone Legend goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, we're not going to get that effect.
That's fine.
Unless you want to go to the vendors. So, that Whitestone of Legend is of course intended to activate. Jake's going to have to think for quite a bit to really think about what's going to get sent. Because it's not the easiest decision in the world. It really isn't.
No, it's actually very difficult. He has to banish 3 now, and he's massively behind.
Yep.
So he can protect his life points for 1 turn because he has the returning graveyard.
Sorry, I was looking too longingly into chat there.
Hello, chat.
So the last, it's going to be a cycle reader because he already has one.
Yeah.
An Ancients and a Sage.
Omar hasn't gone through all of his blue eyes.
No, he's gonna search the blue eyes off of the Whitestone.
Don't forget to shuffle those cards that were on you. There we go.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I'll have left one by accident, shuffle up, give it to my opponent, and like, where's this card come from? Oh,
yeah.
I have to shuffle again.
Does Jake's hand contain 3 vanilla blue eyes? It looked like it for a second there.
No,
I don't think it does.
It has 3.
Look, it just kind of looked weird there.
Attack. So he's going to choose to attack twice.
Of course, attacking twice so he can get around the Return of the Dragon Lords.
Yep. So declares attack. Jake.
He's basically wise for Jake to let it go because the Dark Matter Dragon says it can only make a double attack on
he can't
monsters.
attack directly. Yes, of course.
So Jake just lets it go. And then the Cycle Reader is going to activate in the before the end phase, forcing the Ancients out of the graveyard so that the Ancients can't trigger.
Which is really
because
good.
the Ancients needs to be there in the end phase.
You might as well at this point just get rid of
the alternative because it's a target that isn't going to benefit his opponent.
The cycle was really good there, nice. So Jake has 2 vanilla blue eyes.
Yep. Jake's still not in a comfortable position. Oh, and there's the alternative though. But it's just an alternative, it's only alternative. Like,
But still, that's strong.
He can literally just go summon alternative, pop Dark Matter, end, and that's really... I mean,
However,
doesn't have
Omar
very many
doesn't have a
artifacts.
following play.
No. I don't think Omar's trap... that back row card of Omar's could be the Wing Blast though.
So he goes to pop it, but he does have return, I think.
Yeah, he does have Return of the Dragon Lords.
So that's a problem.
Yeah.
But Jake also has return.
Yeah,
make
correct me if I'm wrong, White Stone of Ancients.
Can add a blue eyes back.
It can add blue eyes, yep. Any blue eyes, not just a vanilla.
No.
That was why, because I saw Jake look into his grave and thought about Ancients for a minute.
Michael is on the
Michael's on the megaphone.
Apologies.
Yes, select blue eyes monster. So Jake is slow rolling this game state. You can see the level of forward planning he's putting in here. Summoning that to force out the Dragon Lords now, it's going to die. If he has to, he'll protect his life by using his Dragon Lords. And then next turn he can add it back and make the same play again.
Oh wow, Omar drew the Melody.
But Omar did draw Melody, allowing him to summon his own Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon.
Because at this point you would just summon attack.
Easily.
Right, there's no point active.
He doesn't have any res spells, thankfully, for Jake. But
he does have...
Jake's still in a bind here.
Yeah. So he detaches
the other alternative. So he's just going to try to attack. Like, it really didn't benefit him to do that.
No.
Because the game state results the same every time.
Yeah. There's no reason.
So he just lets that die, and then the 3000.
So Jake's down to 2000.
I don't honestly understand why he didn't attack with his alternative. But I don't know. So he then makes Spirit Dragon really strong.
And he's pretty happy.
And then he gets to summon in Blue Eyes from the deck in the end phase.
Huge. Look at that board.
Yep. It's not looking good for Jake here, unfortunately. But Jake, like, he has kind of had the run of it. It's sad. Like, it's a frustrating matchup.
But yes,
because it is very dictated by hands. It was quite dark. It looked like it might have been returned.
So he's going to negate that.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's the handshake.
That spirit was so strong.
Yep. The Spirit Dragon just closed out the game. Jake kind of bricked out on those draws there, and that was the end of it. But we have breached 200 viewers on Twitch. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Just before we shoot off for another intermission, I do want to talk about the breakdown that we have.
Yes, we're going to have a breakdown.
So we have Speedroid Burning Abyss is not the most views because I'm down on the list. Edge Monarch is actually the most viewed with 11 players.
Yep.
Blue Eyes with 10. Magic Spectre Pendulum with 5. Then we have Speedroid Burning Abyss at 3. Speedroid PK Fire basically 3, and then it just goes down from there. Interesting ones to know: 3 Cyphering,
2 Metal Foe Yang Zings,
2 Metal Foe, 2 Anti-Meta. It can be quite interesting what that is. 2 Trains, Choo Choo,
1 Shiranui,
2 Yosenju. It's quite nice. And then just a whole other mix. We have a DDD here. We have a Crystal Beast, Lunar Light. Sorry, not Lunar Eyes because I just looked at Red Eyes. We also have a Red Eyes.
Yeah. So a fantastic breakdown. Don't go anywhere because we'll be back with a short interview with the winner.
Yes,
will we?
We'll have a short interview with the winner. So stay tuned for that.